I'm going to look a little bit further at dividing with fractions. And in one of the previous videos, we were looking and we introduced dividing a fraction by another fraction. And we looked at these two examples here. Okay, and I just want to recap by looking at those just very briefly. Okay, 3/4 divided by a quarter. The way we're thinking about that is we're looking at how many quarters go into 3/4. And here's a quarter. Here is 3/4, and hopefully you can see that actually 3 of them fit exactly into 3/4. And similarly down here, how many halves go into 3/4? Well, I can fit a whole half into there, leaving this left over, and I know you only get another half of a half in there. So how many halves go into 3/4? 1 whole one and a half. Okay? I want to have a look at it in a slightly different way now, another method to divide with fractions, which is similar to the method we use for multiplying with fractions, by looking at the numbers on the numerator and the denominator. And I'm going to look at this problem again. And if I'm dividing 3/4 by a quarter, what I can do is just do what is on the numerator, 3 divided by 1, over what is on the denominator, 4 divided by 4. How many 1s go into 3? 3 of them. How many 4s go into 4? Just 1. And if you have a fraction over 1, that is a whole number, which is the numerator, 3 in this case, okay? Which you can see ties in with our answer and our description over here. And having a look at the second one again, just to show that it is the case over here. This time, 3 divided by 1, 4 divided by 2. How many 1s go into 3? 3. How many 2s go into 4? 2. We've actually got 3 halves here, and 3 halves is equivalent to 1 and a half, which ties in with our answer over here. Okay? Let's show that with a couple more examples here. Again, 8 divided by 2 and 9 divided by 3. 8 divided by 2, how many 2s go into 8? That's 4 of them. How many 3s go into 9? That's 3 of them. I have 4/3. That's 3/3 making 1 whole one. And if I've got 4/3, I've got 1/3 remaining. So that's 1 and 1/3. And lastly, we've got a 10th divided by 2/5. I'm doing 1 divided by 2, and I'm doing 10 divided by 5. How many 2s go into 1? Well, actually, only half of a 2 goes into 1. How many 5s go into 10? That's 2 of them. I'm now in a situation where I have a decimal within a fraction. And I can't have that. I must have whole numbers within a fraction. So I've got to find something equivalent to this with whole numbers. And the way I get rid of a decimal, this decimal in particular, is if I double the size of that. If I double a half, I get a whole one. But if I double the numerator, I must double the denominator. If I double 2, I get 4. So a 10th divided by 2/5 is 1/4.
Okay, Mary, so let's have a look at this one. So solve x plus 2x equals 12. So what do you think you do first?
Okay, well, I want x on its own, so I would put x equals 12 minus 2x.
Okay, so a lot of the time we want to get x by itself, but what we want to do first is get all of these x's together. So can you see anything we can do with this? Get all these together in one place.
Oh, okay, it's 3x, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
3x equals 12. Oh, and so x equals 4.
Brilliant, spot on, well done.